What up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of The Breakdown. And the Los Angeles Lakers are swept by the Dallas Mavericks. And this one right here was the most embarrassing game that the Lakers had lost. Let's jump right into it. Whoever besides Charles Barkley saw this coming. I don't even know if Charles Barkley saw a sweep coming, but whoever saw a sweep coming of the Los Angeles Lakers at the hands of the Dallas Mavericks, man, I mean, you really called it, and I hope you won some money in a bet off of it. But that's that. Dallas sweeps the Lakers. Where do we start? As much as we have to give Dallas and Dirk Nowitzki credit for stepping up, this Laker team may have had the worst defense out of all 16 playoff teams because, granted, Dallas hit 20 three-pointers, but a lot of those three-pointers were not contested three-pointers. And we know that what is Peja Stojakovic going to do? Peja Stojakovic is going to shoot three-pointers. He's going to shoot threes. He's not going to take you off the dribble. He's going to shoot three-pointers. And that's exactly what Dallas does. What's Jason Kidd? He's not going to do anything at this point in his career but shoot three-pointers. Jason Terry's a little bit quicker, but he's mainly just going to shoot the three. They're a jump-shooting team. And if the Lakers had the game plan to come out there and stop them from shooting threes, then something's got to be going on in that locker room because the Los Angeles Lakers did not execute anything. And the question you have to ask yourself is that, yeah, Dallas played well, and I can't take anything away from them. But if you give Ray Allen those open three-pointers and Paul Pierce those open three-pointers, what's going to happen? I mean, go back and look at Game 3 when the Boston Celtics played the New York Knicks, and the New York Knicks were leaving Ray Allen and Paul Pierce wide open. They got blown out. And that's what's going to happen if you leave NBA players wide open like that, not even contesting jumpers. And some of the three-pointers that Jason Terry hit that you may call a contested jumper, I don't call those contested jumpers because when Terry caught it, his man was in the lane and having to run back out there and try to get a hand up. You can call that a contest if you want. I don't call it a contest because, a good shooter is going to make those. So the Lakers are swept because their team's lack of paying attention to detail. Sure, in the previous videos I've talked about they don't have a bench and all that and this and that, and they don't. And but for what the Lakers had on their team, they should have been able to at least win one game, and they were not even able to do that. Like I said, this team probably had the worst defense in all of the playoffs out of all 16 teams because, first of all, they don't have any. The Lakers became a slow team. They weren't a team with a lot of foot speed, but at the same time, they weren't a team that paid attention to a lot of detail. And that's all it takes in the NBA and in basketball is pay attention to the details and execute the scouting report, and you should be fine. So where do the Los Angeles Lakers go from here? Listening to Magic Johnson, he thinks that they should dismantle the team, and I don't know. I think if you improve the bench and you get better foot speed on the team by like I said, improving the bench and and going out and getting a dynamic point guard, they should be fine. But where does this loss rank up there with the Lakers? This right here has got to be the worst one, and it wasn't a good way for Phil Jackson to go out, but it is what it is. But if you go back and you look at maybe the last 10 years of when the Lakers have been eliminated in elimination games, they have gotten blown out. They got blown out by Dallas. They got blown out by Boston Celtics in 2008. When they played the Phoenix Suns, I believe it was probably the year before they got blown out by the Celtics. They were blown out by the Phoenix Suns. In 2003, when they played the San Antonio Spurs in the elimination game, they were also blown out that game. And when they played the Detroit Pistons, that was probably the closest one, and they still got beat by, I believe, 13 points or somewhere in there. So the Lakers have not fared well in elimination games. So I guess should the Lakers be like one of those teams that, and I guess the only other elimination game they fared well in is when they played the Boston Celtics in Game 6 of last year. I guess that was an elimination game, but in the elimination games they lose, they don't fare well. And then with the Lakers, Lamar Odom and Andrew Bynum, I mean, that just shows that the Lakers have no class. I mean, they couldn't take a whooping, so they basically tried to take a cheap shot on JJ Barea and Dirk Nowitzki, and that's uncalled for, and everybody knows it's uncalled for, and I don't know. I mean, where do the Lakers go from here? Kobe, a lot of people thought Kobe Bryant was going to get up there with Jordan with 6 rings. Well, it's going to be at 5, and I think it's going to be there probably forever, because if the Lakers were going to win a championship, this was their year to do it, because the Miami Heat may not win this year, they might win this year, but if the Miami Heat doesn't win this year, you better believe they're going to win next year, because they are going to improve that roster. They are going to get the pieces that they need. And teams like Oklahoma City Thunder are only going to keep getting better. Portland Trailblazers, if they can stay healthy for an entire year, they're going to keep getting better. Memphis Grizzlies have just arrived, and they're going to keep getting better. So for the Los Angeles Lakers, I don't know where they go. I mean, they can try to revamp the bench. I mean, the only other move I could think is if maybe they were able to pull Dwight Howard in, and then also improve some of the other pieces on their team. And like I said, to get a dynamic point guard, they may have a chance. But in my video of the changing of the guard, like I said, we're seeing it right before our eyes. The younger teams are stepping up, and the younger teams are staking their claim to the NBA, which once belonged to Los Angeles Lakers, San Antonio Spurs, and Boston Celtics. So is Kobe going to get that 6th ring? At this point, I don't see it unless they've got to make. I mean, Kobe's going to have a great team around him, because Kobe taking over games and going for 40 and all this and that, those days are over. And I don't know if Kobe is the best player in the league anymore. So the Lakers get swept by Dallas. Lack of focus. That's the way I saw it. But Dallas was the better team. Lakers got to do some work. Where do they go from here? What did you guys think of the Los Angeles Lakers getting swept? Was this their last run? What do you think? Let me know, and I'm out of here.